Hi, everybody. It's Thursday at 1:00. Get with it, honey.
It's opposite
Where are we?
Saxes. Yeah. Opposite Saxes. Here we are again. Just it's nonsense around here sometimes. it's
always nonsense.
We're just having so much fun. You have no idea what goes on backstage.
It usually has to do with the dog.
Yeah, it is.
At any rate, hi there.
How are you?
I'm great.
into a new year.
And just new everything. New clothes, new back. Well, it's not necessarily
new glasses.
Yeah, new glasses.
Yeah, we both have new glasses.
Yeah. We treated ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. Lots of color and all in the glasses and everything. Yeah. It's fun.
So what were we talking about today?
Well, we were talking earlier about chores. We
were talking about chores
because in our house there are certain things that we do on a daily basis. There's certain things we do every couple of days. We share a lot of chores. When we grew up, I think we each had chores that we were supposed to do, and we did them. We share a lot of it, like the garbage. It doesn't matter who takes the garbage out. Sometimes if we're going to let the dog out, that's usually a good time to take a bag of garbage out. But doesn't matter whether it's you or it's me.
Well, I was thinking chores with kids because I happened to see my nephew. Yeah, little Jake.
Yep.
Little Jake, cute little red-haired Jake, on Instagram, and there he was. He's 4 years old, and the poor kid is trying to get the garbage and the recyclable bins in by his garage, and I was just so shocked, and it's great, but he enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, the video was hysterical because he doesn't mind. He loves the responsibility of having to take the garbage out to the bins.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is he's not big enough to open the bin and get the bag of garbage into the bin.
Well, no, but I think he was just supposed to be bringing in the bins from when the garbage people were there.
That's right. That was the other video.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah.
So
and he
wheeled it in, and it was not easy because he's a little fella.
And daddy wanted to help him put it there. And nope, I know where it goes, Daddy.
So that's when we started talking, and I was trying to think back to our own kids. They had chores. I'm pretty sure they did, and sometimes if they didn't always have a chore, if we asked them to set the table for dinner, if we asked them to throw the bag of garbage away, they would. They didn't say no. They knew. Well, pretty much.
Everyone
they
was,
Can I do it later?
Take garbage out. Oh, Mom.
Not always. I didn't really get
again. As long as you're living here, there's going to be garbage, and you got to take the garbage out.
Sometimes you got. Can I do it later?
Yeah.
I'm doing homework, or I'm talking on the phone, or whatever. But make your bed. That they always had to make their bed.
Right.
Maybe that was a turnoff because as they got older into high school and when they were home from college, not so much. Those rooms were pretty messy. So,
well, when they came home from college, they usually came home and they made their beds.
No,
but you better believe there was no cameras in their room at college to see whether the bed was made.
They didn't necessarily do it when they were home on vacation either. And I couldn't remember walking into their room and not being able to walk into the room, wanting to walk into the room. But the clothes were on the floor and the bed was on the floor even. And so it didn't hold from when they were little kids necessarily to big kids.
And the kids got it tough today because in our day, when you took the garbage out, you took a bag of garbage out to a garbage can.
Yeah.
Now you have to separate your garbage from the recyclables.
Yeah.
So now you have a bag of garbage to go in the garbage can.
Yeah.
And a bag of recyclables stuff to go into the recyclable bin. So now you got to put two bins.
But that's okay.
Two bins out on the street for the garbage bin to pick up.
But I'm trying to think. I don't ever remember. I remember talking about allowances and chores.
That's how you got your allowance.
But
earned
see,
it.
we as kids didn't get our allowance all the time. Whenever we needed money, we got money because we didn't ask for it that
In
much.
your house, maybe.
Well,
In
we
my-
didn't ask for it that
In
much.
my
did
house,
you?
you did your chores, you got your allowance.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
from,
no.
but
I
I
don't
grew
think we had
up,
allowance.
I grew up in a business household.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
you
was,
did.
it was always business.
Although mine was business too. Mine
I
in
was usually
retail.
the garbage and my sister was setting the table.
And she got money for
clearing
setting the table?
You got your allowance because you did those things.
But what else did she do?
You had to pick up after yourself. You had to keep your room clean.
And what did you do? You took out the garbage
I had to keep my room clean
and you took out the garbage.
and I took out the garbage. And sometimes I would either set the table or, you know,
You would set the
Ta-
table?
set the table or I would clear the table. And keep in mind, when I grew up, they didn't have dishwashers. So we also had to either wash the dishes or dry the dishes. To this day, I still don't mind washing dishes.
No, you don't.
The drying, I would
Yes,
rather
yeah.
wash than dry.
And I would rather dry.
than wash.
Yeah, so it works
So it's
out.
Opposite Saxes.
Yeah.
See, perfect
Yeah.
match.
Yeah. I made sure of that before I married you though. I asked.
That's right. That's right. You know, that's like you usually do the washer and I put stuff from the washer into the dryer.
Yeah. And you're very good at folding.
Yeah, I'm pretty meticulous at folding.
yeah.
But I've been doing that a long time too.
And our son, I know a lot of times he does his own laundry. I don't know how much.
Well, they've made it
but-
so easy today,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
you put everything in and then, you know, as long as you are savvy enough to know what all the buttons and knobs and everything on the washer.
I'll tell you,
and
it's hard
dryer
for
mean.
me, boy. I like the whistles and bells and everything, but I don't always use it. And I'm not quite sure how to use it. So,
That's like
Put
when
it
you
in
buy,
anyway.
when you get a car that's got all those
well,
extra
that's
whistles and bells.
very true. Very
And then
true.
when you turn the car
That's
in
true.
at the end of the lease, and the guy said, how did you like that feature? He said,
Oh, what?
what-
I
what
didn't know
was
that
that?
it did that.
yeah, this button right over here,
Yeah.
all I have to do is push that button and it does it.
Yeah, what?
I didn't know
I had
that.
no idea.
3 years, I didn't know that button was over there.
But we were talking about the chores because we're seeing the leaves falling and seeing all
Yeah.
these parents that are outside raking. But you don't see any kids. And we always made our kids
I have a
help a little bit
neighbor
outside, not a
down,
lot.
down the street and all, every time that I see that she's out in the little garden trimming,
Yeah,
even doing the lawnmower. The other day, it's because it's, you know, the fall time now, there's still lots of leaves on the ground. She was out there raking the leaves from underneath the cars on the driveway and she's putting them into bags.
underneath the cars.
She's got a husband and she's got 2 teenage sons. And I never see them out there doing the work. But I mean, each household is.
Maybe
it's
they're
all by-
doing things inside.
Yeah, they're doing the cooking and the cleaning, I'm sure.
Well, I hope they're making their beds, if nothing else.
I doubt it. If mom's outside raking the leaves.
Yeah, well, so that got us started. This is how
Yeah.
it all started.
Well, we
It got us
also
talking
started about that raking the leaves, unfortunately, is a chore that you have to do every fall, winter.
And a few
time.
times.
And yet, in our
before-
neighborhood, there are some people that raking the leaves means putting them all out in the street. Or raking it off your backyard onto the common area of the
Yeah, but
association.
that's not,
Yeah,
that's not,
Well, they
cricket.
consider that, they consider that a chore, but the chore is that you're supposed to do it the right way.
and clean it up so
Yeah.
that the leaves don't go into the sewer system. And people don't realize this.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, they don't understand. But chores, I mean, when do you start chores? As young as Jake can,
How
you
old is
know,
Jake?
whenever he's 4.
4, so at
So
4
start-
o'clock, at 4 o'clock, at 4 years old, he's bringing the garbage cans in.
So I guess you start them whenever you feel that they can help or they want to help.
I think the earlier you start with even if it's simple as that 4-year-old taking out the knives and forks and spoons and putting them on the table.
But do you think he
helping
should
mommy.
be getting an allowance, or is this just something that's expected
Well, a
of him?
4-year-old is probably not getting an allowance yet.
Well, he could get 50 cents a
But-
quarter.
Look, you know.
I mean, but I'm trying to,
You're
Decide.
justifying it, but yeah.
I don't know if it's necessary that, can't you just do chores because it's expected of you? And the money aspect comes in later down the line.
But any smart kid is gonna say, if I'm gonna do the chores, can I get some money for it,
I
Mom,
don't know if
Dad?
Jake asked for
Now,
it.
when you get to be a teenager, you're usually willing to do any chore in order to get money to buy gas to put in your car.
Yes,
And once you get your driver's license, because you need that money for dating, for the car and all, so, but that's too late. I think you really should
have to start
start at a
earlier.
young age. It's just teaching them to be responsible for something. Doesn't mean a kid's got to have 20 chores to do
right.
on a daily or a weekly
Right.
basis, but a few things that you teach them to do, and then they become a self-starter. And let's face it, that we as adults, if we teach our children, those certain basic chores to do, hopefully they will carry that on to their children.
Well, it's not only that, but I think it makes them more of a responsible citizen and
Right.
responsible adult, and makes them appreciate their surroundings and what they have. Yeah.
So what did you say your chores were? You had to make your bed?
Oh, yeah. Had to make our bed, and everything had to be cleaned up. Had to put the shoes in the closet. Everything was either in the laundry hamper or hung up on a hanger.
That was before you went to school?
Oh, yeah.
You had to do all of that before you went to school?
That we had to do. And you had to take your bowls, your cereal bowls, or whatever you were eating off the table, and you had to at least put it in the sink if you didn't put it away.
Yes, yeah. Those
Yeah.
just very, very basic chores. And in our house, we had a detached garage, and the alleyway was behind the
Mhm.
garage.
Yeah.
So you had to go outside,
Right.
down the stairs, down the
Right.
sidewalk, back to the alley in
Well, we
order
had
to
the same
put the
thing.
trash in the trash can.
Yeah.
Spring and in the fall, it was no big deal.
Yeah,
In
but
the
that was-
summertime, it was hot, and in the wintertime, sometimes you had to shovel the snow off of the steps and the walk
Mhm.
just to
get there.
get to the
Us too.
alley to put the garbage away.
Us too.
you
Yeah.
know. And that was when you used to go to Dad and say, "Yeah, Dad, are you okay? Yeah, I understand. I'll shovel the snow, but is there a couple extra bucks in there for me?" You learn to negotiate.
Yeah, and the question is, how much today is it for what age? And
Yeah. What do you think? Let's say for a 10-year-old today, what do you think would be a fair allowance to give a 10-year-old on a weekly basis?
see, I would start low because
Nego-
I know what's
negotiate.
going to happen.
Let's sit down and negotiate this.
So I'm sure there's a lot that get $10 a week.
$10, that's.
I would say
probably-
5.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, you amass this money, hopefully, you're saving it, putting it in a piggy bank or in a savings account. But they see all this money and it becomes a
Well-
lot of money. So I'd rather start less.
Well, if 10 is fair,
I think 5 is fair.
then you would offer 5. And for instance, your grandson would probably say 15. And you'd say.
Of course
"All
he
right,
would.
all
Well,
right,
he's not.
so, okay, then how about 10? Okay. That's a fair negotiation.
And what does he have to do? What do you think he should be doing? I mean, I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, for boys, it always seemed to be garbage duty.
Yeah.
Empty the garbage can from your room and all into the garbage can, like in the kitchen. Then
Right.
you would take it from the kitchen and it would go out to the
But I
garbage,
think
garbage can.
it should also encompass picking up your toys,
Well, that's,
picking up your room,
That-
and
that's-
making your bed.
yeah, that's,
So my 5 might become 10.
Yeah.
But
that's for boys and girls. But the girls also used to be like straightening things up, making sure all of their toys and everything were on the shelves. Boys too.
boys should too.
But the girls would kind of center around maybe the kitchen. because it would help
Yes.
them learn, you
Right.
know, take
Cooking
things
and
out, put
kitchen
things
stuff.
back. I mean, that was the other thing we were always taught, was when you took utensils out and all you cleaned them and dried them and then you put them away.
I don't think this is happening in homes around the United States at this time.
Well,
I
no,
just have this feeling that it's not
you got
happening.
dishwashers now that you put all the dirty dishes and silverware right into the dishwasher. You don't have to pre-rinse it.
Unless you have a family where the mom and dad both work full-time, the kids are older, say junior high, and they can start being a little bit more responsible, then you leave a note after school, please put dinner in at such and such a
Right.
time in the
Right.
oven.
My
Take
sister
the
and I
dishes
used to
out
do
of the
that.
dishwasher. Yeah,
Because we were kind of latchkey kids, and
Right.
waiting for mom and dad to come home.
but
And so
I,
mom would say, you know, please put out the plates and glasses and silverware, and we would.
I just don't know if that's happening. People drop us a line, let us know what you think
Yeah.
and what you're doing. We
And-
would be
and let us
curious to
what a
know.
fair price is for kids.
Yeah, how are we
Because
really off base?
When I see what they
We
get,
far off base?
when I see what kids get for a tooth today.
Yeah, well, your grandson's getting that tonight.
Grandson.
I'm going in debt with all the.
Yeah, well,
we're
yeah,
losing.
recently he had a baby tooth that was loose and the new tooth was growing in, but the old tooth didn't come out. So he had to go to the dentist in order to take the baby tooth
Right.
that was hanging there out and all.
And that's what I've owed him for. I've been
So
paying
as
him.
soon as he was leaving the dentist's office, because we picked him up,
Yeah,
when he made sure that the dentist knew that tooth is going home with me.
Yeah.
Because mom and dad, this one's gonna cost you. This one's big time. You already cost
Yeah.
to get the
yeah,
tooth taken out.
yeah, no, we owe him tonight for that one.
We, maybe ye.
We, you're the grandfather too. We,
So we're having tuna fish for dinner again because we gotta have the money.
it's not even tuna
Right.
fish, honey. It could be a bowl of cereal.
Boy, I'm eating cereal so my grandson can have premium mac and cheese.
No, so we can have more Legos.
Oh, yeah.
And iPad time.
Oh, boy.
Well, hey, what can I say?
Well,
Another
like-
one covered.
yeah. Well, we'd
We
like,
didn't so
we'd
much
like to
disagree on
spend-
this one.
No, we didn't disagree. I
Yeah.
mean, we basically agree that chores are
Yeah,
important, maybe disagree on how to get it done or at what time to start. I don't think there's any right or wrong time.
no,
When you ask a child or a grandchild and all to do something, and if they want to do it willingly, you're starting the ball rolling.
good point.
Yep. And really, we'd like to spend more time with you, but we've got to go do our chores. So we'll meet you here again, same time next week. Okay?
See ya.
Yeah, bye.